Welcome to another episode of the Mostly Mike Show. The kind folks at TomyVic had sent me this chainsaw in exchange for a review video. In other words, I didn't pay for this chainsaw. I'll show you what comes with it, point out its features, and then take it into the woods for a torture test and see how many cuts it'll make on a single charge. TomyVic is no relation to Michael Vic as far as I know. Just thought I'd mention that. So be careful when using these saws, people. That chain does not care what it cuts as it's spinning around that bar. The TomyVic chainsaw comes in a fitted plastic case, which nestled inside is some paperwork, including a quick start guide which declares a 1-year warranty if you register the saw on their website. There's what I'd call a slightly above average Phillips screwdriver, a pair of slip-resistant, highly stylish, cut-resistant work gloves, a clear acrylic impact-resistant framed in purple safety goggles, and it looks like a small wrench to loosen the bar. There's what appears to be an economy ketchup squirter. There's 2 batteries and a charger, which isn't of the docking type. You have to plug the plug into the battery. There's a spare chain and the saw itself. Kind of a brighter red than the other ones I've seen. I'm going to top off the charge while I point out the saw's features. The batteries do not have a charge indicator, but there's a red LED on the transformer. It's not real bright, but it does turn green when it's fully charged. The saw is a pretty high visibility red and has a safety button on one side that has to be pressed in order to make the saw run. Sounds pretty fast. It sounds a little faster than the ones I'm used to seeing. Is this good or bad? I don't know. Sometimes more speed means less torque, perhaps more labor on the saw motor, which could tax battery life. I guess we'll find out on a torture test. The total cutting length of the bar is 6 inches, so old TomyVic does not lie about his size. Down to every last millimeter. There's a spring-loaded guard on top of the bar, which seems standard on these mini chainsaws. The chain needs periodic oiling, but I would not recommend using the included squirt bottle to carry the oil with you, unless you want oil to leak all over the inside of your pocket. Now, I won't judge you if you like being covered in oil, but there's a time and place for everything, and the woods isn't that. So they're saying to use professional bar and chain oil, which I'm going to assume that would be something like this steel platinum. But instead of using their squeeze bottle, I have this MSR bottle, and this is what I usually carry out in the woods if I'm going to work on some trees to refill my saws that have the automatic bar and chain oiler. The cap stays on real nice. It's a nice crush-proof aluminum bottle. I'm just going to dump a little bit of this steel oil in here, and that should be plenty for what we're doing. You can use whatever your favorite brand happens to be. I'll include my Amazon store link for this saw and the MSR bottle in the description. Clicking these links before any purchase really helps this channel through small commissions that I earn from any sale. Even the stuff that I don't carry in the store. It's all about the traffic. Without further delay, let's take old TomyVic out in the woods and see what he can do. If you watched my other torture test videos, you know that it's a sudden death match. When the battery suddenly dies, we count the cuts, and that's all she wrote. I bought my other chainsaw out to prepare the test log, which is a semi-dried black cherry tree that fell across one of my trails. So I got a brand new battery, fresh off the charger. We got our log here, which we were at 4 1/4 inches at the beginning, and this is semi-dried cherry. This tree uprooted about maybe a month ago, and it's not really green and it's not really dried out either. Let's give it a shot here. So here goes cut number 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And I think I'm going to give it a quick drink of oil. Now, I forgot to bring my paper towel, but I'm just gonna take this MSR bottle and I'm just gonna dump a little bit on. It'll spread. Just to be fair, I forget how many cuts was that, 9 or 10? We'll figure it out later. They're all laying here, right on my trail. So here we go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is cut number 10. And I have to say, this motor's feeling pretty warm already. Here it goes, cut number 10. 11. Try not to labor this because that fuel's battery is like right now. 12. Okay, that's it for battery number 1. We got, I think that was cut number 12. We got about maybe a quarter of the way through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got 11 complete cuts. And they probably all average a little over 4 inches in diameter. I was gonna go for battery number 2, but that thing's pretty hot right now. So let's talk about the TomyVic 6-inch chainsaw. Some things that I liked about the saw is as follows. I like the carrying case, which holds all of the stuff that you need from the batteries to your personal protective equipment. The bright red color is highly visible if you set the saw down in thick brush. The extra chains are always nice to have in case you hit a nail or rock. And here's some things I wasn't too crazy about on the TomyVic chainsaw. As previously mentioned, the oil bottle seemed a little flimsy in my opinion. Okay, a lot flimsy. But empty dish soap bottles are free and they work very well. Just properly label them so you don't accidentally try to wash your dishes with bar oil. The saw did get pretty hot on the test, but these torture tests are not really representative of the duty cycle of this saw under a normal pruning task. The cuts under normal use would likely be long enough apart to allow for more cooling. The cuts would also probably not be on consistent 4-inch thick materials such as this. Setting all of that aside, at the time of this video, the TomyVic 6-inch cordless chainsaw sells for about $70, but there's a 50% off instant coupon on Amazon for which I don't know how long this deal will last. For that price, if you just need to do a couple small cutting tasks without spending an arm and a leg on a saw that's capable, you're probably not going to find a much lower price on a saw that can perform like TomyVic can. I hope that you learned all you wanted to know about the TomyVic 6-inch cordless chainsaw. Please put any questions or your chainsaw stories in the comments. Can you please mash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video? Thanks for watching this Mostly Mike Show presentation, and I'll see you next time.